Hey y'all, it's Day or De La Soul, and I'm here today with an interesting story. I told this story on Snapchat in 2017, and I kept meaning to tell it on YouTube, and here we are in 2020, and I'm just telling you guys on YouTube. I want to tell you guys about the time I went to Mexico, and me and a group of people accidentally ended up in a brothel. Was in Mexico with one of my friends from college. Me and her, it was actually our first time going on an international trip together, and she invited me to Mexico with her as a +1 to one of her really good friends' wedding. She was the only person that I knew there, and everybody was really cool, everything was straight, and it was like it was a lot of people at the wedding. It was a destination wedding in Cabo, San Lucas. But about 10 of us went out, and like the night before, or was it the night of the wedding? It was the night before or the night after the wedding. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, we went out and we were bar hopping. So we started off with going to a whole bunch of different places. If you've ever been like overseas, or even if you've been to like places like New York, Vegas, Miami, whatever, they have people on the streets who are basically trying to get you to come to their club. So we're like basically bar hopping, and whatever is coming our way, we're getting into it. And the strip in Mexico, in Cabo, is like a big lit up strip. So it's like a lot going on. It's very lit up. There's police there with their assault rifles standing left and right. So it doesn't seem like an unsafe environment. But at the same time, you are overseas. You need to be careful because there are people out there that are like sex traffickers, drug dealers. People will rob you, whatever the case may be, because there was people actually walking up to us like straight up like, y'all want some yayo? Like they trying to sell us drugs. So anyway, we had just finished leaving the spot. We were on the search for a spot playing black music because we were finding some good places. The energy was good, but we just could not find a good place that was playing like the music that we wanted to hear. They were playing American music, but they weren't playing like hip hop or like reggae or nothing like that. So we're walking, and this guy comes up. People are coming up left and right, but this particular guy comes up, and he's like, oh, you guys want some, like, what did he say, like, buy one, get 2 free shots? Like, you know, the guys pay for the shots, and the girls will get shots for free, whatever, because it's like, I think it was like about 5 guys. It was like almost split evenly. It was a big group of us, but it was almost split evenly with guys and girls. So, of course, everybody's like, ooh, shots, yes, let's go. So we're walking, and we're still on the strip, but it gets a little quieter to where he's taking us. So I don't know how to describe it, but like we're walking on the strip. So imagine you're walking down the strip and you see like all these different businesses, but there's like a little opening between 2 establishments, and we kind of like walk. You can still see the strip, but like it's just like it's just more quiet. So at that point, immediately I'm like, something ain't right. So we're walking back there, and I'm like, y'all, we probably shouldn't be getting too far from the strip. But again, like I said, you can see the place, and then you can see the strip, and the police are sitting right there. So I'm like, I guess we just go with the flow. We with some dudes. It's not too bad of a situation, so let's whatever. So we're getting there, and the dude is telling us, like, you know, it's a cover charge to get inside the club, and it's a strip club too. He's telling us it's a strip club, so the guys are super excited. But again, I'm just sitting there like I'm sobering up, because I'm like, something just, I don't know, y'all, I just be knowing when the situation ain't right. I don't know how, I just be knowing. So we're walking back, and they're telling us about the money thing, and they said it was only cash, they didn't accept cards. So we're sitting there trying to get the money situation together, and some people had cash and people didn't. So we're sitting there trying to get the money situation together, and at this point I'm just looking at everything, trying to figure out, like, I'm just looking at everything. I'm like fully alert at this point and sobered up. So I'm looking, and there's a guy, like, to describe the place, so again, it's like, imagine this is the strip. We're on this side of the strip. There's an opening right on this side, and we walk in, and you can still see the strip. But the club kind of goes up the stairs on the back side of whatever this building is on the opening. But there's an opening, but the club is on the back side of whatever this building facing the strip. So right in the opening, there are benches. There is a white guy sitting there. I guess it doesn't matter if he's white or not. But there's a guy sitting there on a bench, and two Hispanic guys are sitting there talking to him on both sides, like, and this guy looks super out of place. He looks real nerdy, like Napoleon Dynamite. Like, he looks like super nerdy. He's by himself, and I'm like, dude, where are his friends, and what are they whispering to him about? Like, they having the whole time we sitting there gathering money and trying to get together, deciding, like, discussing what we're about to do. They're having an intense conversation with him on his bench, and I'm like, something ain't right. Like, why are they giving him this much instruction to go into a strip club? You go in, you throw some money, you see some booty, you throw it or you don't. Like, a strip club is not complicated. What are they talking to him about? So at this point, I tapped my homegirl Sierra, and I'm like, Sierra, I think they not stripping in here. They selling ass. Like, something is going on. This is a brothel. So she's sitting there, they drunk, so she's just like, oh, okay, but like, whatever, still like on there, whatever, ain't really paying me no mind, because at this point, I'm the only one I feel like that was sobering up. So the more we sit there, I'm thinking like, yo, we can hear the music at every other establishment. Where is the music here? There's nothing. It's literally all we hear is us talking and then music in the distance. And again, what are they telling this dude? Like, why is he getting so much instruction on this bench? It's a strip club. You go in there, you like what you see, you throw money, you don't. Like, it's that simple. So, at this point, one of her friends started kind of sobering up too, and she was like, yeah, something quite ain't right. Like, where is the music? We can't hear nothing. It's real discreet back here. They quiet, and it just ain't right. So I done already made up my mind. They ain't no strippers in here, because they would be blasting music. And I've thought about it too. When we were on the strip where there was strip clubs, it was girls out at the front kind of like, oh, come in. Like, they were dressed or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it just was like real, like that was real discreet and shady. So fast forward, we ended up going inside the club. Y'all, when we get inside the club, it was completely silent. It was like they flipped the music switch. It's like they literally went and Googled black stripper songs, because the first song that they play is Yeah, I Love Them Strippers. That song, I don't know if y'all ever heard that song, but it's like, yeah, I love them strippers. Yeah, I love them strippers. Like, they were playing that song, and I'm like, and then me and the girl who done sobered up, we just looking at each other like, this ain't right. Then we look around. There are like 30 girls, like, no lie, it's deep. It's a whole bunch of girls sitting down on these, like, what are those chairs called? It's like, y'all know them chairs that's like in the hotels where they're like actual, like, I don't want to say sectionals, but I can't describe it. But they're like those little chairs where they have like the arms that go up on them. It's not like a little fold out chair, but like an actual chair with the fabric and lining and arms on them. It's like 30 girls. They're all sitting in these chairs, and the chairs are like arm to arm. So I'm like, okay, what are they doing in the chairs? Like, why is nobody dancing? There's like 3 poles, the main pole, and then 2 poles on the side. Nobody's on the pole. They literally had just started that song. They just started pouring drinks at the bar. Like, you can see they had just started scrambling, like nobody was in there. So I'm like, this just ain't right. So then I noticed they bring the white guy in, and I'm gonna just keep referring to him as white guy. It really doesn't matter if he's white, black, whatever, but I'm gonna just keep referring to him as white guy because he needs to have a title. So the white guy comes in, and they sit him away from us. They make sure he's away from us. Again, giving him more instruction. They get a girl to come over, and she's sitting there. She ain't dancing on him or nothing. She just kind of sitting on him, and they're giving him instruction. I'm like, y'all, like, this is not a strip club. Nobody's dancing. They sitting here, everybody just kind of staring at each other. What does he need this much instruction for a strip club? So then one of the dudes who was outside talking to us, like, motions for a girl to get up and go on the stage, and she's sitting there like, what? Like, dude, she's not saying what, they speak Spanish obviously, but you can understand she's just like, huh, like, cat, like, what? Like, she don't know what is going on. So I guess she gets what he's telling her to do. She goes up onto the stage and starts wiping the pole, but she's looking at it like she ain't never touched a pole a day in her life. Like, she looks like disgusted or disturbed, like, they really about to let me get on this pole. That was her whole attitude. She starts dancing, she cannot dance, y'all. When she dropped it, it was just, I'm like, y'all, this is not right. But they, at this point, majority of us, everybody but except for like me, and I think at this point Sierra started picking up on what was going on, but majority of us were sitting at the bar getting drinks, so they're not paying attention to their surroundings. And then I'm thinking, I'm not about to drink shit in this club, because if they back here selling ass, then I don't know what the hell they doing. They could be sex trafficking, they could be snatching girls, drugging girls. You never know what's going on. I'm not drinking nothing in here. There is nobody else in this club. Nobody but us, and then the white dude. But there are 30 girls sitting here. if y'all have ever been to a strip club, you know if ain't nobody in the strip club, it's kind of like any other place of employment. If you ever been at work and you're selling something and ain't no customers coming in, what do? They start sending girls home. There are literally all these girls sitting here, but they not sending nobody home. And then we noticed the white guy and the girl that was sitting on his lap are gone. They just disappeared. And I'm like, y'all, I just kept repeating over and I'm like, y'all, we are in a whorehouse, we're in a brothel, this ain't right, I'm not drinking nothing. And it was like one by one, everybody was like sobering up because it was taking them a long time to get the drinks together. I think that music had cut off, like they played that one song and didn't know what to do after that. And everybody was like, oh my God, I think these are actual prostitutes. None of the girls had gotten up and danced. That one girl did something a little bit on the pole. By the time I shifted my attention to something else and came back, she was back sitting down. They just kind of looking at us like, are y'all about to buy some ass or what? Like, it was crazy. And we ended up just like, nah, this ain't it. A couple people drank their drinks, which I would not have drunken anything out that place because it was real suspect. And we ended up leaving, walking back towards the strip. We found some other clubs and actually had a really good night. But yeah, that's my brothel story. We was in a whole live brothel. Can't nobody tell me they was not in there selling ass. And I say all that just for entertainment purposes, of course, but I also want to end on the note, like when you're overseas, y'all, be careful because you never know like what kind of situation you might end up in. Like, what if we were all so drunk that we didn't, you know, possibly like recognize like how bad of a situation we could have been in? What if we stayed in there longer and something popped off? What if one of us went missing? Like, sex trafficking is real, so you really got to be alert. And people put stuff in people's drinks out, not even just sex trafficking. Rape is real. Like, people put stuff in people's drinks and rape people overseas. Like, stuff happens, so y'all be careful. In hindsight, we should not have gone there, but I really don't know what I could have done differently because I immediately, when we went back there, was like, I ain't feeling this. But when you're traveling with a group of people, you kind of got to stick together as a group. And if the group says y'all doing one thing, then y'all kind of just, it is what it is. Unless it's something crazy like, oh, we about to go do something like deathly, you know, harmful. But yeah, y'all just be careful when you're traveling overseas because anything can happen. You can end up in any kind of situation, and then 9 times out of 10 your phone ain't working all that great, and it's like, then what? So just be cautious. I would recommend going forward, I would recommend it. I think that was like my second or third time going out of over the country. Overseas. I was confusing overseas and out of the country, but I think that was like my second or third time. Probably my first or second, I can't remember. But now when I go out of town and we go places, we kind of plan what clubs we're going to, because God forbid we went there and somebody, like, just everybody's drunk and somebody just not paying attention, because I was kind of like standing all back. God forbid somebody snatch me or snatch somebody else who was too drunk. And just be careful when you go overseas. It's funny that we ended up in a brothel and we all came out okay, so we can kind of laugh about how stupid it was and how we need to make better decisions. But in hindsight, something really bad could have happened to anybody. So everybody, this is how I'm gonna end this video. If you want more story time, let me know. But in general, just be safe and make good decisions when you guys are overseas. So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you guys like, comment some crazy stories that you've ever had happened overseas, because I'm sure anybody that travels overseas often, we got some crazy stories. And make sure you guys subscribe and turn your notification bells on, because I'm gonna keep coming at y'all with these videos. So that is it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.